I'm Sandy, and welcome back to my channel. Today what I am going to do is talk about my December reading plans and just go through what I have left for the 1001 book countdown for the end of the year, which are 5 books for the 2021 list, and some buddy reads and a couple of group reads, and then just a couple of other books. I am not participating in any any readathons or reading challenges or anything like that this year. I just really don't want to be more overwhelmed than I already am, and I know that if I did one, it would just put a little bit extra pressure on me. That I just am excited about finishing my 2021 list. I'm going to really focus on that. There are some amazing readathons and reading challenges in the month of December, and I wish I could do them. I wish I could do all of them. And that is, so I'm just not doing any of them this year. For my reading in December, I do, like I said, I have 5 books left on the 1001 book countdown from the 2021 list. Obviously, there's still over 900 on the main list, but for 2021, there's 5. And so first, what I thought I would do is talk about the books that I am currently reading. So the first one is Sabbath Theater by Philip Roth. I started this a couple weeks ago, I believe. I'm doing this as a buddy read with Courtney Farrader. You can see from the bookmark, we are 2/3 of the way through this one. I have no concerns about finishing this one. It will be finished absolutely this week. So that one is book 1 of 5. Book 2 of 5 is Sons and Lovers by D.H. Lawrence. And look, there's a bookmark in it because I have actually already started reading this one. I am now on chapter 3, about 50 pages in, and I am getting invested in the characters. Starting off with the mother and father morale and moving into some of the children. And so interested to see where this goes. I've read one other book by D.H. Lawrence, but I'm not concerned about being able to finish this one based on how fast I have read the first 50 pages of about a 370 page book. So I'm, making really good progress, but that is book 2 of 5. Book 3 of 5 is what I mentioned on the countdown this weekend. I had started it as an audiobook and it was way too modern. My ebook was the opposite and was very difficult to read. The translation was not great. So I actually found this one, which is The Golden Ass, and this one is translated by Jack Lindsay. And this one, Tale of Lucius or the Golden Ass, has been a favorite since the 2nd century AD, and its fame is equal to that of Don Quixote. Cool. So I have read, the audiobook, it feels like 13 kind of short stories in here, a little bit. That's kind of what this feels like. It's only a couple hundred pages long, this one. How many? 239. So I'm not too worried about this one as well. I do have the very modern audiobook if I get stuck or don't understand one of the stories that I can go back to. But this is book 3 of 5. So pretty good so far. Book 4 of 5 is A Tale of Love and Darkness by Amos Oz. And so this one is rated pretty highly on Goodreads, 4.25 I think it is. And the back of it says, a tragic comic and utterly honest. A Tale of Love and Darkness is at once a family saga and a magical self-portrait of a writer who witnessed the birth of a nation and lived through its turbulent histories. It is set in war-torn Jerusalem in the 40s and the 50s. Very fascinated. This book is, this book is about 500 and something pages. There's like some heft to it. So I'm not sure why this one feels so much heavier than other books. But, this one, it'll be a little tough because 500 pages and it looks like it's pretty dense text in here as well. But this is book 4 of 5. And then we have The Problem Child. So this is the book that I don't know that I'm going to be able to finish. And I also have a bit of a quandary to try and figure out what I'm going to do with this one. So the book that I'm talking about is The Romance of the Three Kingdoms. And so this is, unfortunately or fortunately, an abridged version. of it. And when I say it's an abridged version, this is roughly around 600 or so pages. The unabridged version of it has 4 volumes and is approximately 2,300 pages. So yeah, I'm curious what you think of this. If reading the abridged version, is that okay enough to consider it complete off of the list? I certainly don't want to say I've read a book when I haven't read it. Should I just kind of postpone this one and read the full 4-volume set? Should I read the abridged version and call it good? Let me know in the comments what you think. I don't know fully what I'm going to do yet with this one, but this is the one book out of the 5 I have left that I'm worried about. So let me know what you think and what you think I should do with this one. But that is the book 5. So this is the stack. Ooh, if I can hold it right. Ooh, can't. This is the stack for, if I can hold it. Okay, this is the stack for the 1001 book countdown. So not too bad considering I've already started the first 2. And then, like I said, if it wasn't for the last one, I wouldn't be worried at all. But that's the 5 I have left. Okay, so for the rest of the month, I have a few buddy reads scheduled, and I have a continuing group read and another small group read of another book. So I'm just going to walk through those real quick for you. So the first one is a book that I have had on my list since June, and it will be my first buddy read with Elle from Elle Thinks, and we are going to be reading Detransition Baby by Tori Peters. And so I am super excited about reading this one. I've heard good and bad things and really wanted to read a different story. This is one that Elle and I both thought would be great as a buddy read. I've also heard it's very good to do as a buddy read. So I will be reading this one with Elle. And then I also am going to be doing my first buddy read with Heidi from My Reading Life. I spotted a book on her Ancient TBR and said, any interest in doing this as a buddy read? And she said, absolutely. So we are going to be reading Under the Skin by Michelle Faber. And this is on my 1001 book count, 1001 books you must read before you die list. It's not on the 2021 list. It's just on the list. So I'm very excited to read this one. The back of it says, a fascinating psychological thriller. This entrancing novel introduces Iserly, a female driver who picks up male hitchhikers with big muscles. All right. Interesting to see where this one's going to go. I don't know much more about it other than it's on the list. So I'm excited to read that one with Heidi. And then a book I had planned to read in November, I decided to postpone so that I could read it with this person. And that is Michelle Lexie. And we will be reading I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. You know, a very holiday, Christmas, cozy read. No, I'm not sure if it's any worse than reading it over Thanksgiving, but I am very excited to read this with Michelle. Why did I almost say Lexie? With Michelle Lexie. It'll be like I said, our first buddy read together, but I'm really hoping this is also one of the books on BookTube spin number 4. So I do need to read this in December if possible, but I will be reading it with Michelle Lexie. So that's it for the single buddy reads. For kind of group reads, I do participate in Christie Fest. If you're not familiar with Christie Fest, it's ran by Julie over at the Hungry Bookworm, and they select a book, an Agatha Christie book every month, and then get together once a month to discuss it on Discord. And this month's pick is 450 from Paddington, which is a Miss Marple novel, and I have not read a Miss Marple. So this is also the last month of the year, so I really want to participate in the Discord chat. So this will be read. It's very short. You can see here, it's just not a very big book. This one I'll be reading in the next week or so. I think the check-in or the Discord is not this weekend, but the following weekend. So this should be a lot of fun, and that group is hilarious. We laugh so much. But yeah, that one, 450 from Paddington. And then I don't know if I invited myself along this or if I told Shelley that I had this book and she invited me in. I don't know, but I'm ready for it. So this book I will be reading with Shelley Swearingen and Bob the Bookerer, and we are reading Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner. This is supposed to be a memoir about time with her mother, I believe. A little worried kind of the content with this one, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah, we'll see how this one goes, but I'm very excited to be reading another book with Shelley and with Bob. So Crying in H Mart, it is at least red, which is somewhat Christmassy, right? Right, red? Okay, I don't know. And then the other group read, I've been participating in a group read of Hilary Mantel's trilogy, of the Thomas Cromwell trilogy. We finished Wolf Hall last month, and we are starting on the book number 2 in the series, which is Bring Up the Bodies. And so we have part 1 that we will check in on this weekend. Spoiler, I haven't started this yet, and the check-in's in 4 days. I will make it. It's only 100 or so pages, I think, in the first 150 pages in the first one. But Bring Up the Bodies is the book 2 in the series, and that is with AJ Dunn Reads and Writes, Jolene at Bookworm Adventure Girl, and Shelley Swearingen, and a couple of subscribers. So it is a fun group. We do Zoom calls not quite every week now, but we will go on and read book 3 as well. Okay, so that is the buddy read group read list, which looks like that. I mean, that's also not bad. If it was by itself, it's really not bad. This combined with the other one, yeah, I'm going to put it down. And then I do have 2 books that are just kind of for me, not buddy reads, not group reads, just reads for me. The first one is the other book on BookTube Spin number 4, which is hosted by Rick McDonnell. And that book is Hyperion by Dan Simmons. I wanted to read this for New Worlds November, and I just didn't have time. But this would be one that I would like to be able to read in December, so I can say I read both books off of BookTube Spin number 4. And then the last one is one I had available at the library that I still haven't found time to read yet, and that is Unsettled Ground by Claire Fuller. I really, really want to read this one just because I've heard it's excellent. And so it's one that is just kind of for me without any buddy read or pressure or anything else on it. But I would love to, and not part of the 1001 book countdown. So yeah, if I could get to this one, that would be fantastic. So of course, though, if you take all of these books, I don't know if I can do this, by the way, because this is a lot. We'll see. Right. Okay, hold on. We'll see. Ugh. They are not going to be in order. They're just going to be, they're not going to be in order. They're just going to be here. Okay. I mean, so that's the list. That's a lot. I mean, that is, look at the camera focus. That's a lot. So yeah, I hope to be able to get to all of these. Like I said, I do have a couple that I can not read, a couple that are short, but a lot more that are big. So yeah, I mean, let me put it down. I really enjoyed November because, let me move it out of the camera. I really enjoyed November because it was a little bit lighter and I didn't feel any pressure at all. I didn't feel any stress. I'll do my wrap up later this week for it. But in December, there were just so many things that I wanted to read with so many amazing people. So it'll be busy for sure. And I hope I'm able to get all of these read, but my focus will be on the 5 for the 1001 book countdown. Well, 4 really, 5. We'll say 5. But that's it. Just, that little amount. I know, it's fine. It'll be great. I'm excited. I am excited about reading all these books. I think it'll be wonderful. If I can finish those 2 that I have in progress this week, I will be in fantastic shape. So yeah, we're going to go with that. We're going to have a great reading month. I know I'm going to have a great reading month. So, but as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, everyone, thanks. Bye.